Well, about a year and a half ago, we moved to Brooklyn, Connecticut. And when we first moved in, we realized that the house was in need of some repairs. And the siding, especially, we had holes of hummingbirds and woodpeckers, and then
Carpenter bees.
carpenter bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in disarray. So I started researching, and I found a few companies around. And in October of last year is when we reached out and we had Sam come by. And Sam was amazing. So that's what sealed the deal for us.
Sam came out and was phenomenal, worked with us. He had to come back out and get some more pictures. Unfortunately, when he showed up, it was dark outside, so he couldn't get what he needed. However, he did follow up, visit with us to show us the design of the siding and what the house would look like. And we were phenomenal. We were happy with it. We were just kind of not too sure about the color, whatnot. Probably a couple weeks later, we had one of the production managers come over to the house, take some more pictures. They needed some additional measurements, and left us a color wheel because we were still not sure about what color we wanted to go with the house. And all the way through the process, it's been phenomenal. If I needed help from the finance team, I got calls back immediately. It was just impeccable. And the installation team, those guys were solid.
They were so good. They worked around our schedules because we have dogs. So, getting them out in the morning and in the afternoons. And the crew was phenomenal. They worked around us. They were so sweet. They communicated almost every day on where they were at, how long it's going to be. They even actually finished up sooner than we were expecting. So yeah, I love Boss Kevin. You're awesome.
Yeah, they answered all my, I considered them inane questions. He said they were actually very intelligent questions, but I think he was just being sweet. However, any concern that I had, any issue, like I couldn't get a hose. They installed a boxer on my faucet. I couldn't get a hose on it, and I brought that up to him. Said, "Hey, it's my faucet. I can't do it." He turned around. He got it fixed, so everything works excellent now. I got a new doorbell, and I was kind of timid about doing anything with the siding, so he actually installed that doorbell for me. So I didn't have to mess with putting any additional holes in the siding or anything like that. They were a great team. The communication was excellent. The gutter team came out. Those guys, super quick, done in one day. I have gutters around my entire property now, which I didn't have before, and they've been phenomenal. Great. They communicated very well, let us know when they were leaving. And it was a great experience.
And I do have to say the finance team is also unbelievable. So we did have to go through Vista financing, and it was 2 weeks before the actual project was supposed to start, and he still hadn't signed the documents. But she called us and he was able to sign it, and it was seamless. It was so easy to just go online through the email. And so the financing team, it's just been a really good experience.
Well, the neighbors have definitely noticed. There was a lot of banging, removing cedar shingle and putting up the new siding. The neighbors agreed, same comments with our view of the house. This completely changed the whole look and dynamic of the home. It has brought the home to a more current look than the mid 80s, which is when it was built, and it's been phenomenal. And I don't know, I love the look of it.
I love the look too, yeah. And even one of our closest friends here, she is our realtor that actually sold us the property. When she came by, she was blown away about how the entire feel of the property, not just the home, but the property, has changed for the better.
I've recommended Vista to numerous people already, friends, co-workers, whatnot, just because I was the customer service from the company and everybody within the company, no matter if you're calling the main office to get a hold of somebody else, they are so quick to respond. They're there to help you. And it's just been a pleasurable experience. Like I've never had customer service. I'm in a customer service oriented job, so I know how important it is. And to have that type of customer service, that quick of a response and support is just been key. Not to mention the quality of the work that we received.
Yeah. And I think two things for me were, one, the product itself, the fact that it's guaranteed for the life of the property was huge for me. So it's one and done. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it ever again. And for us, we do buy numerous properties over the past few years that needed to be fixed up. And so what we do is we live in the houses for a few years, we fix it up, and then we resell it. And so we've dealt with a lot of contractors, and we've dealt with a lot of different companies to be able to facilitate that. And I have to say, hands down, Vista was the number one customer service oriented company that I have come in contact with over the years. So working with Vista, you can expect to definitely be seamless, from sales all the way through the process of installation to them coming to pick up the materials. It is all seamless. Every step of the way you get communication, whether it be from the salesperson, whether it be from choosing your colors, whether it's when they're going to drop off the materials, or literally every week they're telling you exactly where they are in the process and where they're going and how long it's going to be, what problems they foresee, and it's just unbelievably good with communication.
I was impressed because we weren't supposed to start this project. We actually started the project earlier than what we were originally told, and received a phone call. Unfortunately, I didn't get the call. I had to call back, but regardless, somebody was there. They picked up the phone, just wanted to let us know that, hey, we're dropping off the dumpster this day. The material's going to be dropped off this day. The porta pot for the crew is going to be dropped off this day. They wanted to make sure that they had it laid out where we wanted it to be as unobtrusive as humanly possible. And I think my wife hit it right on the head. It just, even when it came to the installation, what was going on, what they were doing, how long they were working that day. You know, we did have some inclement weather during the project, which, you know, they had worked half days, or I think one day they didn't show up because we got some pretty substantial rain. And they were just all over it. I mean, there was communication every step of the process, and I couldn't have been more happy. And even the follow-up after the installation was there. Wanted to make sure, were we happy with the product? Were we happy with the look of the house? Did we have any issues? It was phenomenal. There was somebody there every single step of the way, and it was much appreciated. I think the thing that surprised me the most was, I think we've covered it numerous times through this conversation, which was the customer service from start to finish. I've never worked with a company that was this responsive and wanted to make sure that not only we were extremely happy that we got what we paid for, and that's what sealed the deal for me. That's what blew me away, and the fact that this job completely transformed the house. It takes on a completely different look. It makes the property feel different, and that was where that got me.
Yeah. And I think for me, it was, they made me think that they cared. And when you have contractors come into your home and do work, you care about your house, and you care about what the product is going to be and the whole process. And it's very rare to come across somebody that actually makes you feel like they care just as much as you do. And that, for me, I can't put into words. I'm gonna start tearing up because it's just, that for me was precious.
Well, even the installation team, boss man Kevin, again, I'll give you 2 thumbs up. He was wrapping around they were doing some metalwork and siding on the back corner of the house for the garage, and he was like, hey, the bone accent piece is just not going to look right here. So I'm going to go back to the shop, I'm going to get the espresso, and we're going to do a metal wrap of the espresso right here, because that'll actually look good. So he actually cared about the end product as much as we cared about the end product, which is rare. It's usually it's come in, do a job, all right,
Get it
pay
done
me,
as fast as you can.
see you later.
Yeah.
And he actually cared about the total look for it. I mean, he takes a lot of pride in his work, and so does his team. If you're watching this testimonial, I will tell you, this is a company that truly, honestly does care about you and your property as much as you care about your property. And this is the company to go with. I intend to go back with them with some other work that we want to do around this property. And Vista will definitely be the first choice.
First and last.